Peace and grace, beloved soul. Today, your angels are whispering a message meant just for you. Can you feel it? That gentle nudge in your heart? That spark of hope? That's the universe guiding you toward blessings you've been waiting for. Doors are opening. Opportunities are arriving. Divine timing is aligning in your favor, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be in this moment. So take a deep breath. Feel the peace and open your heart to this divine guidance. If this message lifts your spirit, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Holy Encouragement for more angelic words, wisdom, and guidance that speak directly to your soul. Your angels are waiting to bless you. Right now, something invisible is happening. You may not see it yet, you may not hear it yet, but you can feel it. There has been heaviness around your heart lately, a question you've been carrying. Will I ever receive the love I give so freely? The angels say yes. You have loved without manipulation. You have cared without expecting reward. You have prayed for someone even when they were distant. That kind of love does not go unnoticed in the spiritual realm. Tonight marks a turning point. The energy around you is changing. The loneliness that once surrounded you is dissolving. The confusion that clouded your connection is being cleared. Someone is beginning to realize your value in a way they never did before. The angels say this person has been restless. They've tried to distract themselves. They've tried to ignore the feeling. They've tried to convince themselves they don't care. But your absence has become louder than your presence once was. They feel it now. And here's the powerful part. This realization is pure. It is not driven by jealousy. It is not driven by ego. It is not driven by fear of losing control. It is driven by truth. Your love planted a seed. And tonight, that seed is breaking through the surface. You might receive a late-night message, an unexpected call, a confession, an apology, or a sudden emotional breakthrough even if the physical action doesn't happen immediately. Know this, the spiritual shift is already complete. The angels say, you must prepare your heart, not with anxiety, not with overthinking, but with peace. Because when pure love approaches, it feels calm, it feels safe, it feels like home. This love will not confuse you. It will not leave you guessing. It will not disappear. When things get serious, it is aligned. Tonight is symbolic. It represents the end of waiting in doubt, the end of wondering if you mattered, the end of questioning your worth. The angels want you to understand something very clearly. You were never too much. You were never too emotional. You were never too loving. You were simply ahead of someone else's awakening. And now they are catching up. There is a softening happening in their heart. Walls are falling. Pride is lowering. Fear is dissolving. Why tonight? Because divine timing has matured. There were lessons that had to be learned separately. There were ego battles that had to be lost. There were realizations that had to happen in silence. And now, the realization is this: you are different. You are rare. You are real. The angels are orchestrating a moment of clarity. If you suddenly feel warmth in your chest, if you suddenly think of them strongly, if you suddenly feel peace instead of pain, that is confirmation. Pure love is not loud and chaotic. It is steady and intentional. And the surprise, it won't just be about them. It will also be about you. You are stepping into a new emotional frequency. You are no longer attracting confusion. You are no longer tolerating breadcrumbs. You are no longer accepting half-hearted effort. You are aligned with reciprocity. And when two hearts align in truth, miracles feel natural. Tonight is the beginning. Stay open. Stay calm. Stay receptive. The angels are smiling before the surprise arrives. The signs always come first that the angels are not chaotic. They do not create confusion. They prepare you gently. They send whispers before they send manifestation. And right now, signs are already surrounding you. You may have brushed them off. You may have called them coincidence, but they are confirmations. First sign is repetition. Have you been seeing repeating numbers lately? 11:11, 2:22, 3:33. Moments where the clock seems to catch your attention at exactly the right time. These are not accidents. These are spiritual nudges. They are reminders that alignment is happening behind the scenes. When you see repeating numbers while thinking about this person, that is a direct confirmation. The angels are saying, pay attention. This connection is still active. The second sign is sudden emotional waves. Out of nowhere, you feel them. Not sadness, not anxiety, just a deep awareness of their presence in your heart. It might happen while you're working, while you're resting, while you're listening to music. You weren't trying to think about them, but they enter your mind strongly. That is energetic mirroring. When someone is thinking deeply about you, when someone's heart is processing feelings about you, energy travels. You may feel warmth in your chest. You may feel a calm pull toward them. That is not imagination. That is resonance. The angels are allowing you to feel the shift. The third sign is dreams. Have they appeared in your dreams recently? Not chaotic dreams, not traumatic arguments, but peaceful, meaningful, or emotional encounters. Dreams are one of the clearest spiritual communication channels. When logic sleeps, truth speaks. If you have seen them in your dreams, especially in loving or reconciling scenarios, this is preparation. Your subconscious is aligning with what is about to unfold. Physically, the fourth sign is synchronicity. You hear their name. Unexpectedly, you see something that reminds you of them repeatedly. Song plays that connects directly to your story. You randomly visit a place you once shared. These are energetic threads pulling tighter. The angels use the physical world to reflect spiritual movement. If reminders are appearing frequently now, it is not to reopen wounds. It is to show you that the connection is alive. The fifth sign is internal peace replacing anxiety. This is one of the strongest confirmations. You used to feel restless about them. You used to question everything. You used to replay conversations in your head. But recently, something has changed. Even if nothing has happened externally, you feel calmer, more surrendered, less desperate for answers. That calmness is alignment. When something is meant to arrive, your spirit relaxes before it manifests. Anxiety fades because your soul already knows the outcome. The sixth sign is their behavior shifting subtly. Maybe they've viewed your story after a long silence. Maybe they've liked something unexpectedly. Maybe mutual friends mention them. Maybe they've been unusually quiet. Online. These small movements indicate internal processing. When someone is preparing to step forward emotionally, they often move carefully first. They observe. They think. They reflect. The angels say, patience right now is powerful. Do not chase. Do not force. Do not panic. The seventh sign is you improving yourself naturally. Notice how you've been growing lately. You've been healing. You've been focusing on your goals. You've been valuing yourself more. That growth is not random. Pure love meets you when you are standing in your worth. The angels elevate you before they send someone back into your life. They refine your confidence. They strengthen your boundaries. They polish your self-respect. Because this time, the connection must be balanced. The eighth sign is intuitive certainty. Deep down, beneath all logic, you just know something is about to happen. You cannot explain it. There is no concrete proof, but your intuition is whispering, wait, something is coming. The angels communicate through intuition. It is softer than fear, but stronger than doubt. If you feel that quiet certainty, trust it. And finally, the ninth sign is timing. Have you noticed that everything feels like it's aligning at once? Emotional closure, personal clarity, acceptance. When both people reach understanding at the same time, divine timing activates. The angels say this love needed growth before reunion. And now, the growth has happened. But listen carefully. Signs are not meant to make you obsessive. They are meant to make you peaceful. If you start checking for signs constantly, you shift into control mode, and control blocks flow. Instead, receive the signs gently. Say, thank you for the confirmation. Then return to your peace, because the surprise works best when you are relaxed. Pure love does not arrive through panic. It arrives through alignment. Tonight, the angels are arranging courage in someone's heart. They are dissolving pride. They are strengthening honesty. They are whispering your name in their thoughts. And as you rest, as you trust, as you release fear, the energy continues to move. This is not imagination. This is preparation. The surprise is closer than you think. Before you blame yourself, before you assume you weren't enough, before you tell yourself that maybe you loved too deeply, listen carefully. They didn't fail to see your love because it wasn't real. They failed to see it because they weren't ready to receive it. The angels want you to understand something powerful tonight. Pure love can only be recognized by a healed heart. And when you met them, their heart was still carrying wounds you didn't create. You entered their life with sincerity. You were honest. You were emotionally open. You showed consistency. You offered warmth without manipulation, but they were still guarded, not because of you, because of their past. There were betrayals they never fully processed. There were disappointments they buried instead of healed. There were promises made to them that were broken. And instead of repairing their heart properly, they built walls around it. When someone lives behind emotional walls long enough, they mistake protection for strength. They confuse distance with power. They convince themselves they don't need anyone. So when your pure love arrived, it didn't feel familiar. It felt uncomfortable, not because it was wrong, but because it was safe. And safety can feel terrifying to someone who has only known chaos. The angels say, this is important. You triggered healing in them. Not intentionally. Not dramatically. But naturally. Your consistency forced them to confront their inconsistency. Your vulnerability exposed their emotional avoidance. Your calm communication revealed their fear of intimacy. And instead of stepping up immediately, they stepped back. This is what fear does. It convinces someone to run from the very thing they prayed for. They may have told themselves, it's too good to be true. I'm not ready. What if I mess this up? What if I get hurt again? And rather than risk feeling deeply, they chose distance. But distance does something powerful. It creates clarity. When you are no longer constantly present, when your energy is no longer readily available, when your attention is no longer freely given, silence becomes loud. They began to feel your absence in places they once felt your comfort. And that's when realization started growing. The angels say their awakening did not happen overnight. It happened slowly. In quiet moments. In lonely nights. In comparisons that didn't match your. In conversations with others that lacked depth. They began to notice something undeniable. No one loved them the way you did. No one understood them the way you tried to. No one offered patience the way you consistently showed it. And here is something you may not know. They admired you silently, even when they were distant. They respected your strength, even when they acted indifferent. They felt your value, even when their ego refused to admit it. Ego was the biggest obstacle. Ego whispers, don't look weak. Ego whispers, don't apologize first. Ego whispers, act unbothered. But ego cannot survive forever against truth. Truth is persistent. Truth waits. Truth matures. And now, their ego is getting tired, because deep down, they know something, They know you were genuine. They know you didn't play games. They know you gave them something rare. The angels are showing them memories right now. Moments you shared. Conversations that mattered. The way you looked at them with sincerity. Memory becomes heavier when realization grows, and here's the shift. They are no longer afraid of losing you. They are afraid that they already did. That fear is not toxic, it is awakening, It is the moment someone understands the value of what they almost let slip away. But listen carefully. This awakening only happens because you stepped into your power. If you had continued chasing, if you had begged, if you had lowered your standards, they would still be asleep. Your silence taught them what your presence couldn't. Your self-respect became the mirror they needed. And now they are reflecting. The angels say timing was never against you, it was preparing them. Some people meet love before they meet maturity, and when that happens, love must wait for growth. Growth is uncomfortable. It forces someone to confront their patterns. It exposes their emotional immaturity. It challenges their excuses. They are in that phase right now. You may not see it publicly, but internally, they are changing. They are questioning their past behavior. They are recognizing their emotional avoidance. They are realizing that real love requires courage. And courage is rising inside them. But the angels want you to remember something very important. Their delay was not your rejection. It was their lesson. You were ready first. And that is not weakness. That is strength. You loved without fear. You showed up authentically. You didn't hide your feelings. That takes bravery. Now they are learning to match that bravery. And here's the most beautiful part. When someone chooses you after growth, after ego battles, after internal transformation, that love is stronger. Because it is conscious. It is intentional. It is chosen. Not out of convenience, but out of clarity. They couldn't see your love before because they were still learning how to see themselves. But now the fog is lifting. And when clarity meets realization, action follows. The angels are preparing their heart for honesty. And this time, they won't look at your love with fear. They will look at it with gratitude. Stay steady. Stay grounded. What they couldn't see before. They are beginning to recognize now. Now let's go deeper. Because what is happening between you and this person is not just emotional. It is spiritual. The angels want you to understand the true meaning of pure love. Not the version the world talks about. Not the dramatic version filled with jealousy and games, but the divine version. Pure love is alignment. It is when two souls recognize each other beyond ego, beyond fear, beyond timing mistakes. It is not obsession. It is not attachment. It is not control. It is peace. When love is pure, it does not create chaos in your spirit. Even if there are temporary misunderstandings, the core of the connection feels safe. Think about it. Despite everything that may have happened, despite distance, despite confusion, something about this connection always felt different. Stronger. Deeper. More meaningful. That is because pure love is rooted in recognition. Before you met in the physical world, your energies were already compatible. The angels aligned your paths for a reason. There were lessons you were meant to trigger in each other. Pure love is often misunderstood because it doesn't always arrive at the perfect time. Sometimes it arrives when one person is healed and the other is still learning. Sometimes it arrives when both are still growing, but that does not make it less divine. It makes it developmental. The angels say this connection was never random. You didn't meet by accident. You didn't feel drawn to each other by coincidence. You didn't experience that depth for no reason. Pure love activates growth. It exposes wounds not to hurt you, but to heal you. Have you noticed how much you've changed since meeting them? You've learned about your boundaries. You've learned about your emotional needs. You've learned what you will and will not accept. That is spiritual refinement. And they have changed too, even if you haven't seen it fully yet. Pure love forces evolution. It does not allow you to remain immature. It does not allow you to stay comfortable in toxic habits. It shines light on fear and says, this must be healed. That is why this connection may have felt intense at times. Intensity is not always drama. Sometimes intensity is transformation. Now, here is something very important. Pure love is not attachment. Attachment says, I need you to survive. Pure love says, I choose you from wholeness. Attachment creates anxiety. Pure love creates calm assurance. Attachment fears loss constantly. Pure love trusts alignment. If your spirit feels calmer lately, that is because you are shifting from attachment into alignment. And alignment is powerful. When two people are aligned spiritually, distance cannot break the connection. Silence cannot erase it. Time cannot weaken it, because alignment operates beyond the physical. The angels are saying this is a soul-level connection, not necessarily dramatic, not necessarily fantasy-driven, but purposeful. Soul-level connections are meant to teach, elevate, and awaken. And here's the beautiful truth. Not all soul connections are meant to stay, but this one, it is still active. If it were meant to end permanently, you would feel closure in your spirit. You would feel indifference. You would feel complete attachment. Instead, you feel evolution. That means the chapter is shifting, not closing. Pure love also requires balance. The angels will not bring someone back into your life unless the energy can be healthier than before. This is why growth had to happen separately. You needed to strengthen your self-worth. They needed to strengthen their emotional maturity. You needed to learn patience without chasing. They needed to learn courage without running. And now both lessons are nearing completion. Spiritually, pure love is a mirror. It reflects your highest self back to you. When they looked at you, they saw potential, not just in the relationship, but in themselves. And sometimes that reflection feels overwhelming, because being loved purely means being seen clearly. No masks. No pretending. No hiding. Pure love sees you fully and stays. That level of vulnerability is rare, and rare things require readiness. The angels say readiness is forming now. This is no longer about longing. This is about alignment. When pure love returns after growth, it returns stronger, calmer, wiser. It no longer argues about small things. It no longer competes for control. It no longer plays games. It communicates. It listens. It commits. But here is your responsibility in this spiritual meaning. Do not shrink yourself to make love work. Pure love does not require you to dim your light. It does not require you to overdash. Give. It does not require you to abandon your standards. It meets you at your level of wholeness. And the angels are preparing that meeting point. Tonight is symbolic, not just of a surprise, but of divine alignment unfolding. You are not waiting for love. You are aligning with it. And when alignment completes itself, the manifestation becomes inevitable. Pure love is not rushed. It is revealed. And yours is being revealed. Now. Now we arrive at the part your heart has been waiting for. The angels have shown you the signs. They have explained the delay. They have revealed the spiritual meaning. But now, what is the surprise? Listen carefully. The surprise is not just that they still care. The surprise is how they will show it. Because this time, it will not be subtle. It will not be confusing. It will not leave you guessing. The angels say a moment of bold honesty is approaching. For a long time, this person has been fighting their feelings internally. They've replayed conversations. They've analyzed their behavior. They've felt regret. They've felt longing. But they have not fully expressed it. That changes now. The surprise is emotional courage. You may receive a message that feels different from the others. Not casual, not random, not just checking in. It will feel intentional. You may hear words you've been waiting to hear. I miss you. I've been thinking about you. I wasn't ready before. You mattered more than I admitted. I don't want to lose this. And when those words come, you will feel the difference immediately, because energy does not lie. The angels say this confession will not come from ego. It will come from realization. And realization carries weight. For some of you, the surprise will be reconciliation. A meeting, a deep conversation, a clearing of misunderstandings. Not dramatic, not chaotic. Mature. For others, the surprise may be an unexpected gesture, something thoughtful, something symbolic, something that shows effort rather than just emotion. Effort is important. Pure love is not just words. It is action aligned with words. The angels say, watch their consistency. The surprise is not a single emotional outburst. It is sustained change. This person is beginning to understand that love requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires risk. They are ready to take that risk. But here is the deeper layer of the surprise. You are no longer desperate for it. Think about that. There was a time when you would have reacted instantly. A time when you would have overanalyzed every word. A time when you would have been overwhelmed with anxiety. Now, you feel steady. You feel stronger. You feel like you could receive the confession calmly. That is growth. The angels prepared you for this moment so you would not lose yourself in it. Because the real surprise is not just their courage. It is your transformation. When they come forward, you will not abandon your boundaries. You will listen, but you will also observe. You will feel, but you will also evaluate. You will open your heart, but you will not ignore your intuition. That balance is powerful. The angels say something else important. This person may express regret. Regret for not choosing you sooner. Regret for letting pride interfere. Regret for not communicating clearly. Do not use their regret as power over them. Receive it with grace. Pure love does not punish. It rebuilds, but rebuilding requires honesty from both sides. The surprise will open a door. What happens next depends on how both of you walk through it. If their energy feels aligned, consistent, and sincere, allow it to grow slowly. If their words feel rushed, but actions feel empty, stay grounded. The angels are not sending you confusion. They are sending clarity. Clarity may feel intense at first. Because when truth finally arrives, it shakes loose the old doubts, but clarity brings peace. And here's something many don't expect. The surprise may also come in divine timing that feels symbolic. Late at night, when emotions are honest. During a meaningful date. After you've completely surrendered expectations. That is how the universe works. It moves when you release control. The angels say, do not try to predict the exact hour. Instead, prepare your heart posture. Say quietly within yourself, if this love is aligned, I welcome it with wisdom. If this love is healed, I receive it with strength. If this love is pure, I allow it to grow naturally. That declaration activates spiritual cooperation. Now listen closely. The biggest surprise of all? They are afraid too. Afraid you've moved on. Afraid you won't respond. Afraid you won't trust them again. That fear is proof that they care. Indifference does not fear loss. Love does. But here is your reminder. You are not responsible for making this easy for them. You are responsible for staying true to yourself. The angels are guiding this reunion carefully. Not rushed, not forced, not traumatic, balanced. Tonight represents the emotional shift. Soon represents the physical action. Trust that movement is happening even if you cannot see every step. The surprise is not fantasy, it is unfolding reality. And when it arrives, you will recognize it instantly. Because pure love does not knock softly. It arrives with clarity. It stands in front of you honestly. And it says, I'm ready now. Now that you know a pure love surprise is approaching. Now that you understand the signs, the growth, and the coming honesty, there is something important you must do tonight. Prepare your heart, not in fear, not in obsession, not in overdash excitement, but in peace. The angels are very clear about this. What you feel tonight matters. Your emotional posture either welcomes alignment or delays it. Preparation is not about texting them first. It is not about posting something to get their attention. It is not about trying to manifest a specific message. Preparation is internal. The first step is release. Release the old story. Release the version of them who was immature. Release the version of you who tolerated confusion. Release the pain attached to what didn't happen before. If love is returning in a purer form, it cannot land in old resentment. Say this quietly within yourself. I release the past version of this connection. I am open to a healed version. That shift alone changes energy. The second step is emotional neutrality. This is powerful. Emotional neutrality does not mean you don't care. It means you are not emotionally unstable about the outcome. You are open, but not desperate. Hopeful, but not anxious. Receptive, but not attached. When you reach this state, you become magnetic. Why? Because desperation pushes. Calm attracts. The angels say if they reach out, respond from steadiness, not from stored up emotion. No long paragraphs. No emotional flooding. No passive-aggressive reminders of the past. Be warm. Be grounded. Be measured. Them step forward fully. The third step is self-connection. Tonight, focus on yourself. Take a shower and visualize washing away old disappointment. Listen to calming music and imagine your heart glowing softly. Sit quietly and place your hand over your chest. Breathing deeply, feel your own energy first. Pure love meets you when you are connected to yourself. If you are disconnected, overthinking, scrolling, checking their activity, your energy becomes scattered. Scattered energy blocks. Clarity. Grounded energy invites it. The fourth step is boundaries. The angels are very clear. If this love is pure, it will respect your standards. So decide your standards now. What do you need emotionally? What is non-negotiable? For you, what behavior will you no longer accept? Know this before the surprise arrives. Because when emotions rise, clarity can fade if you are unprepared. Preparation means you don't abandon yourself for affection. The fifth step is faith without force. You do not need to control how this unfolds. You do not need to calculate the timing. You do not need to decode every movement. Trust is your role. Action is theirs. And divine timing handles the rest. The angels say something beautiful here. If this connection is meant to grow, it will feel lighter this time. If it feels heavy again immediately, step back. Pure love feels calm, even when it's exciting. It does not feel chaotic. Now, here's something many people overlook. Forgiveness. Not for their sake, for yours. Forgiveness clears energetic residue. It doesn't mean you approve of past behavior. It means you are no longer carrying it emotionally. When your heart is clear, you can recognize sincerity more accurately. Bitterness clouds intuition. Peace sharpens it. The angels want your intuition sharp. Tonight is also about confidence. Remember who you are. You are not lucky to be chosen. You are valuable. You are not waiting to be validated. You are already worthy. When someone approaches you now, they are approaching someone stronger than before. That changes everything. And here's a final preparation step. Do not tell everyone. Keep this sacred. When you share your expectations widely, you invite outside opinions, doubts, and projections. This is between you, them, and the divine alignment guiding it. Protect the energy. Protect your peace. The angels say, anticipation should feel gentle, not overwhelming. If you feel anxiety rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart. Say, what is meant for me will arrive peacefully. That statement alone resets your nervous system. Tonight, you are not chasing love. You are aligning with it. You are not forcing communication. You are allowing courage to rise naturally in someone else. And most importantly, you are choosing yourself first. Because when you choose yourself, you teach others how to choose you properly. The surprise is coming, but your preparation determines how beautifully it unfolds. Stay calm. Stay confident. Stay aligned. The angels are moving pieces. All you have to do tonight is remain open and whole. Now listen very carefully, because while the angels are preparing this pure love surprise, there are a few things that could delay it. Not destroy it, but delay it, and they want you to stop immediately. The first thing, stop overthinking every small detail. Stop analyzing the last conversation. Stop replaying their tone. Stop trying to decode silence. Overthinking creates false stories, and false stories create unnecessary anxiety. The angels say, if something is meant to be clear, it will be clear. You do not need to solve love like a puzzle. You do not need to anticipate every scenario. Pure love does not require investigation. It reveals itself naturally. The second thing, stop checking their social media obsessively. Every time you check for updates, you are signaling fear. Fear that you're missing something. Fear that someone else has replaced you. Fear that silence means rejection. But here's the truth. If someone wants to choose you, they will not hide it in a story post. If someone is aligning with you, you won't have to monitor it. Constant checking scatters your energy. Scattered energy weakens your confidence. The angels want your energy centered, not searching. The third thing, stop comparing yourself to others. Stop wondering if someone else is better. Stop measuring your worth against who they follow. Stop assuming you are not enough. Comparison is illusion. You are not meant to compete. You are meant to align. If someone chooses you, it will be because of your uniqueness, not because you outperform someone else. Pure love is not a competition. It is recognition. The fourth thing, stop assuming the worst. Silence does not automatically mean they've moved on. Distance does not automatically mean they don't care. Sometimes silence means processing. Sometimes distance means growth. Sometimes space means reflection. The angels say negativity blocks intuitive clarity. If you constantly assume rejection, you close yourself emotionally before love even arrives. Stay neutral. Neutrality keeps your heart open without making you vulnerable to fantasy. The fifth thing, stop trying to control the timing. Do not send indirect messages hoping they respond. Do not post things strategically to get their attention. Do not create situations to force communication. Control is disguised fear. When you trust divine timing, you stop trying to manipulate outcomes. The angels are already arranging the courage in their heart. You do not need to assist the process. The sixth thing, stop doubting your worth. This one is critical. The moment you question your value, you lower your standards unconsciously. You begin to tolerate less. You accept breadcrumbs. You excuse inconsistency. But remember this clearly, you are not too loving. You are not too expressive. You are not too emotional. You are authentic. And authenticity is rare. If someone failed to meet you at that level before, that was their growth gap, not your flaw. The angels want you walking into this surprise with dignity, not insecurity. The seventh thing, stop revisiting old pain emotionally. Yes, you can remember what happened, but do not relive it. Do not rehearse arguments in your mind. Do not imagine confrontations that haven't occurred. If reconciliation is coming, it cannot thrive in recycled resentment. Release emotional rehearsals. Replace them with emotional readiness. The eighth thing, stop fearing disappointment before anything happens. Fear says, what if they hurt me again? Faith says, if they're healed, it will be different. And wisdom says, if it's not aligned, I will walk away peacefully. That balance is powerful. You are not naive anymore. You are not unguarded anymore. You are not unaware anymore. You have grown. So stop acting as if you are still the version of yourself who didn't know better. You are stronger now. The angels say this is about energy discipline. Your thoughts create emotional atmosphere. If your atmosphere is anxious, suspicious, and doubtful, it feels heavy. If your atmosphere is calm, confident, and receptive, it feels magnetic. Which atmosphere do you want love to walk into? Now here's something deeply important. Stop seeking constant reassurance from tarot readings, horoscopes, or outside voices every single day. Confirmation is helpful. Obsession is harmful. If you constantly look for signs, you signal distrust. Trust allows movement. Calm expectation allows unfolding. And finally, stop telling yourself that you're running out of time. Love aligned with destiny does not expire. It matures. There is no clock pressuring this connection. There is only readiness. The angels are not in a rush. And neither should you be. Tonight is not about chasing signs. It is about becoming steady. Steady in worth. Steady in patience. Steady in faith. Let them do the reaching. Let them do the speaking. Let them show the growth. Your role is simple now. Remain centered, because when the surprise arrives, you don't want to meet it with anxiety. You want to meet it with quiet confidence. The angels are clearing the path, but you must clear your thoughts. Release the behaviors rooted in fear. Stand firm in who you are. Pure love is approaching. Make sure your energy is ready to receive it peacefully. Something subtle is happening now. It may not be visible, yet it may not have been spoken out loud, but energetically, the distance is shrinking. The angels are showing a powerful shift between you and this person. This is no longer one-sided longing. This is no longer confusion dominating the space. This is magnetic realignment. You may have noticed it already. Suddenly, you think about them, and it feels different. Not painful, not desperate, just calm awareness. That calmness is mutual. Energy moves in cycles. And when two hearts begin aligning again, there is often a quiet pull. You might feel them more strongly at certain hours. You might feel a wave of warmth unexpectedly. You might even feel emotional at night without knowing why. That is energetic. Mirroring. When someone is thinking deeply about you, especially with sincerity, your spirit can sense it. This is not fantasy. Is resonance. The angels say their thoughts about you are becoming heavier, not in stress, but in meaning. They are no longer pushing the feelings away. They are allowing themselves to feel. And when someone allows themselves to feel fully, the energetic cord strengthens. But here's what makes this shift different from before. There is less ego involved now. Previously, the connection may have felt like a tug of war. One person reaching, the other retreating. One opening up, the other closing down. Now, the tension is softening. You are no longer chasing. They are no longer running. That creates balance. Balance creates magnetism. Magnetism is not loud. That is quiet, steady pull. You may notice synchronicity increasing again. Random reminders. Shared music. Similar moods at the same time. Even mutual dreams. Dream energy is powerful during alignment phases. When two people are reconnecting energetically, the subconscious often meets first before the physical world does. If they appear in your dreams in peaceful ways, that is not random. It is preparation. The angels are gently weaving your emotional frequencies back into harmony. But listen carefully. Harmony does not mean dependency. You are not losing yourself in this shift. In fact, the stronger you stand in your own life, the stronger the magnetic pull becomes. Why? Because healthy energy attracts healthy response. When you focus on your goals, when you glow confidently, when you move without checking on them, they feel that independence, and it draws them closer. The angels say something very clear. They are feeling your absence differently now. Before, they may have assumed you would always be there. Now, they sense that you are emotionally steady without them. That realization awakens urgency. Not panic. Intentional urgency. The kind that says, I need to step up. Energetic shifts often happen before physical communication. You may feel a sudden desire to clean your space, a burst of motivation, a need to look your best, a sense of anticipation without anxiety. These are subconscious signals of preparation. Your spirit knows movement is coming, and their spirit knows it too. The angels are balancing the scales. Where there was imbalance, there is now awareness. Where there was confusion, there is now clarity forming. And clarity changes behavior. But here is something very important. Do not rush this energy. Do not interrupt it with doubt. When you start questioning it excessively, is this real? Am I imagining it? You disrupt your own alignment. Trust your intuition. It is sharper now than it was before. You are not operating from wounded hope. You are operating from grounded awareness. That is why this energy shift feels calmer. Before, the connection may have felt overwhelming. Now it feels steady. Before, you may have feared losing them. Now, you trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. That trust is powerful. The angels say they are also experiencing moments of nostalgia. Not superficial. Nostalgia. Deep reflection. They are remembering how you made them feel safe, how you listened, how you encouraged them, how you believed in them. Memory becomes magnetic when regret meets realization. But do not confuse regret with desperation. This is not about panic. This is about awakening. And awakening is attractive. The shift between you two is becoming mutual. Mutual longing, mutual curiosity, mutual emotional readiness. That mutuality is what was missing before. Now it is forming. You may feel more confident suddenly. You may feel detached, but still connected. That paradox is alignment. You are no longer clinging. You are allowing. And allowing creates flow. The angels are preparing the final step. Physical action. The energetic bridge is nearly complete. Thoughts are becoming intentions. Intentions are becoming plans. Plans are becoming courage. You don't need to push anything. The energy is moving naturally. Your job is to stay balanced. Stay glowing. Stay focused on your life. Because when love returns in purity, it meets someone who is thriving, not waiting. The shift has begun. And soon, what you feel in the unseen will appear in the seen. The magnetic field between you is strengthening. Quietly. Powerfully. Inevitably. Now, let's talk about what truly matters. Not just the message, not just the confession, not just the emotional moment, but what happens after the surprise. Because pure love is not proven in one night. It is proven in consistency. The angels say the moment they step forward will feel powerful. You may feel relief. You may feel validation. You may feel your heart soften. But the real transformation begins after that first conversation. This time, things move differently. Not rushed. Not chaotic. Not based only on emotion, but intentional. The first thing that happens after the surprise is clarity. You both speak more honestly. There is less guessing, less assumption, less emotional hiding. You may have a conversation that clears months of confusion in one sitting. They explain what they were feeling. You express how you experienced it. And instead of defensiveness, there is understanding that alone shifts everything. The angels say this phase will feel lighter than before. Why? Because both of you have matured. You are no longer trying to prove your worth. They are no longer pretending not to care. There is emotional transparency forming. But listen carefully. Transparency must be maintained. If they come forward with sincerity, allow them to show it through action. Watch what they do after they speak. Do they check in consistently? Do they make time intentionally? Do they follow through on what they promise? Pure love is supported by effort. And effort creates security. The angels say security is what this connection lacked before. Not attraction. Not emotion. Security comes from reliability. If they are truly aligned now, you will feel calmer week by week, not more anxious. That is your confirmation. The second thing that happens after the surprise is rebuilding trust. Trust is not restored through words alone. It is rebuilt through small, repeated proof. Small honesty. Small consistency. Small vulnerability. Over time, those small moments create stability. The angels want you to move slowly. There is no need to rush labels. No need to force intensity. Let the connection breathe. Let it develop naturally. If this love is pure, it will not fade when paced correctly. In fact, it will strengthen. The third thing that happens is emotional balance. Previously, one of you may have carried more emotional weight. Now there is reciprocity. They initiate conversations. They express affection. They ask about your day. They invest emotionally. And you? You respond warmly, but you do not overextend. Balance is the foundation this time. The angels say, if imbalance tries to return, address it early. Healthy love allows discussion without drama. If something feels off, speak calmly. If something feels good, express appreciation. Communication becomes your strength. The fourth thing that happens is future clarity. At some point, the conversation will naturally shift toward intention. What are we building? Where is this going? What do we want? And this time, the answers won't feel vague. They will feel thoughtful, because growth changes perspective. When someone realizes your value fully, they do not want temporary access. They want secure presence. The angels say commitment energy is forming. Not forced commitment. Not pressure, but desire-based commitment. The kind that says, I don't want to risk losing this again. Now here's something important. After the surprise, test the energy, not aggressively, but consciously. Does being around them feel peaceful? Do you feel respected? Do you feel heard? If the answer is yes, continue building. If the answer is no, trust your growth enough to step back. Because pure love enhances your peace. It does not disturb it. The angels are not sending you back into chaos. They are offering an upgraded version of what once existed. But both of you must choose it daily. Love is not just a feeling. It is a decision repeated consistently. After the surprise, excitement will settle. And what remains? Character. Consistency. Effort. If those three are present, the connection stabilizes beautifully. And here is the most beautiful outcome. You no longer fear losing them, because you know your worth, and they no longer risk losing you carelessly, because they understand your value. That mutual respect is maturity. And maturity sustains love. The angels say this chapter will feel grounded. Not overwhelming. Not unpredictable. Steady. And steady love lasts. You have already done the hardest part, growth. Now comes alignment. The surprise is the door opening. What happens after is the life you build walking through it together. Stay wise. Stay calm. Stay aware that pure love does not end. Confession. It begins there. You made it to this moment for a reason. This was not random. This was not coincidence. This was confirmation that the angels have walked you step by step through this message tonight. The signs, the delay, the spiritual meaning, the surprise, the preparation, the shift, and what happens next. And now they leave you with this final truth. A. Pure love surprise is coming your way, not because you begged for it, not because you chased it, not because you forced it, but because you grew. Growth unlocks what desperation never could. There was a version of you who would have received this love from insecurity, from fear, from needing validation. But that version of you has evolved. Now you stand in awareness. Now you stand in strength. Now you stand in self-respect. And that is why the timing is aligning. The angels say, this is a reward for emotional maturity. You chose healing instead of bitterness. You chose patience instead of revenge. Chose self-worth instead of self-doubt. And heaven honors that. But listen carefully. Even when the surprise arrives, remember this. Love is not meant to replace your happiness. It is meant to complement it. You are already whole. This connection is not here to complete you. That is here to align with you. That is the difference between attachment and divine love. Tonight, something shifts permanently. You release fear. You release anxiety. You release the old story of almost. You step into certainty. The angels are preparing their heart. They are softening their pride. They are increasing their courage. They are amplifying their clarity. And when clarity becomes stronger than fear, action happens. You will not need to guess when it's real. You will feel it. It will feel calm. It will feel intentional. It's safe. That safety is your confirmation. Now close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow breath. Place your hand over your heart and silently say, I am ready for pure love. I receive love that is honest. I receive love that is consistent. I receive love that chooses me clearly. Feel that. That is alignment. The angels are not promising fantasy. They are promising growth-based love. And growth-based love lasts. But here is your final responsibility. Continue choosing yourself. Even in love. Do not abandon your dreams. Do not silence your needs. Do not shrink your standards. The right love rises to meet you. It does not ask you to lower yourself. And now, if this message resonated with you, if you felt something shift inside your spirit, if you believe the angels spoke directly to your heart tonight, type in the comments, I receive pure love. Declare it boldly. Let your energy align publicly. And before you leave, make sure you like this video to seal the blessing. Comment to activate your declaration. Subscribe Holy Encouragement for more words of angel that guide, uplift, and confirm your journey. Turn on notifications so you never miss a divine message meant specifically for you.